There's a video here which caught my eye a little bit, and it's called The Untold Secrets Behind Classic WoW's Immortality.
Classic era server clusters are on the rise, and I'm sure you've all heard rumors of a Classic Fresh or a Psalm 2 coming in the near future.
Yep.
But this makes me wonder, why vanilla? And why now?
Yeah?
The answer to this is quite simple, yet a little bit complex. I'm going to do my best to explain the situation, but to be honest, this topic will always be an intriguing phenomenon in the WoW community.
Yep.
Let's take a trip down memory lane and try to understand why vanilla WoW will always have a special place in many of our hearts.
Okay, I like this, Oh my god.
In a land of mighty kingdoms.
Dude. This is cool seeing.
New threats emerge.
This is like old school trailers for WoW.
Ancient alliances are reforged.
Yeah, it does sound like Optimus Prime.
Hopefully HC releases soon.
It does. It actually does sound a little bit like Optimus Prime. Yo, Toxic, thank you for the 3 months Prime. Oh, it's the same voice actor. Well, that completely makes sense then, because I thought he was about to talk about the Decepticons and stuff.
And an unexplored world
Okay, this is really cool though.
awaits.
Lines are drawn. Wait, Worgen in the Gurubashi Arena? That is so funny how they... That was like in the Gurubashi Arena with the... That's funny. Oh my god! Look at how the ogres look like! I kinda wish they looked like that.
He invites you to experience
Booty Bay with the boat in like that? This is cool. I agree, the old ogre model looked... Actually, I actually kind of like it. They were kind of like really choppy, really kind of clunky, but it looks like an ogre, right? Imagine seeing this back in the day, though, man. I mean, I remember I saw... I don't know if this was the trailer I saw, but I do remember seeing trailers and getting insanely hyped as a kid.
Your claim. Live the legend.
Damn. There was a lot of ideas back in the day that they ended up not doing.
Awaits.
That's true, Stripey.
The world
Of Warcraft. God damn. They were really ahead of their time back then.
World of Warcraft was first released on November 23rd, 2004. Many of us who still play today were in high school
Dude,
at the
I remember
time or
seeing
even
this.
younger. It truly was a different period in time. There were no smartphones, no YouTube, no Twitch, and everyone ate fruit roll-ups or Dunkaroos as a snack when they
Okay, I've never seen these before. Everything else I agreed with, but this, I'm Danish, I've never even seen these before, okay? I'm not gonna lie.
got home from school. It was a much simpler time in general. The internet had just started taking off, and the average person spent most of their time online watching Newgrounds videos or downloading music illegally from Kazaa or LimeWire.
Yeah, I'm getting a free virus.
Still played video games back then, but we were playing our GameCubes, Xboxes,
Oh my
and learning how
God.
to score with hookers in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.
Dude, okay, I'm sorry, I'm like sparking out. This is like nostalgia. Like, this video is like nostalgia to the max, man. Oh my god.
We spent our weekends, Friday nights,
Halo.
and summers playing split-screen Halo
This
on our friends'
map.
couches, running around in Blood Gulch, blasting each other with rocket launchers.
Yeah.
This was the extent of our multiplayer gaming experience at the time.
Holy.
We had a few
What's up,
online
Toby?
multiplayer games at the time, like SOCOM on the PlayStation 2, and of course Halo 2 on the Xbox.
Yeah.
But then something changed.
Okay.
World of Warcraft had launched. WoW initially launched at a time when most people had either just convinced their parents to get a home PC or even built their very first gaming PC.
I think it was the perfect storm when WoW released. It was just, the internet was kind of booming, starting to boom a lot, and getting a PC was starting to become more and more normal for like an average person. And then WoW came out, right? No loading screens, nothing like that, and it was just so good. Yeah.
Dial-up internet through AOL at speeds of 34 kilobytes per second was still the most common way to access the internet. And DSL was a huge step above that, coming in at a whopping 861 kilobytes per second.
Yeah.
Internet speeds of just 10 megabytes per second were non-existent at the time. So the idea of being able to log into a game where the world was always alive even after you logged off was such a crazy thing for most of us to understand.
And the fact, again, I'm gonna say it again, that there was no loading screens. There were loading screens for dungeons and when you go from like Kalimdor to Eastern Kingdoms, but that was crazy. So many good games came out in 2004, Counter-Strike, Source, WoW, Classic, GTA San Andreas. The early 2000s had some crazy games, man, like Ocarina of Time as well, like... I don't know. There was a ton of just insanely good games, man. Holy crap. Like, iconic games, right?
There were other games that offered this.
Ocarina of Time was 90s? Okay, yeah, I might have missed... okay. That's... okay. God damn, I'm old, man. Jesus Christ.
Time like EverQuest, but none of them hit the mainstream like
Oh,
World of
God.
Warcraft. People began purchasing the game, creating their characters, and logging into the world for the first time. Now keep in mind that this was a time where most add-ons were non-existent, so the world of Azeroth was just one big mystery players were leveling up in.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good
for the
video.
First time. Think back to the first character you ever created in World of Warcraft.
Tauren Male Shaman. That was my first character. Yep.
10 months. That's crazy tongue.
I remember exploring Mulgore for the very, very first time on a Tauren Male Shaman, not figuring out the very first quest in Vanilla, like in Mulgore when you're Shaman, is to go to a water tower and then pick up some water and bring back the water from the water tower. I could not find that water tower for the life of me. I was searching for like, I think it was hours, genuinely. And I had to get my brother to come help me find the water tower, man. It was ridiculous, but what an amazing time. My first time big massive PvP was an orc male warrior called Thalrio. And I was level 10 or 12 or something like that. I got to Silverpine, I got to Ristful Glades for the first time. I got invited to like a big massive raid to go into South Shore. And I had no idea what's going on, but goddamn what a game, dude. Holy crap. What's up, Urbana?
Think back to how you felt walking around Elwyn Forest, Mulgore, or Teldrassil in those first few days of playing the game. The sights, the sounds, the enemies, and the mystery around every corner are what started getting people hooked. It was an experience unlike anything that most of us had ever had before. The dopamine rush of leveling up, increasing our character's stats, equipping new armor, and learning new abilities that had new animations tied to them gave you a constant sense of progression and adventure unlike any other. On top of all of this, seeing and interacting with other players who are also on their very own adventure made the game feel truly alive.
It's also like you can just kind of forget about everything that's going on, like whatever is happening in real life, no matter what's going on. You know you could log into World of Warcraft and you had a guild, you had a bunch of friends that was online, you could talk to them, you could do dungeons. It was just you could like immerse yourself in a whole different world and just have fun. I think that's what it was so good at doing. It's so good at like, giving you that like freedom in a way and having so much fun with that.
The game forced you to group up with and communicate with other players to complete elite level quests or to clear dungeons with bosses that you
and it's escape in a way,
like weapons and armor that you would then be able to equip and make your character even stronger while you were out in the world on your adventure to level 60. These first impressions and experiences that we had during our first few months, or even the first year of playing the game, became imprinted in our DNA in some ways.
Yep.
World of Warcraft had become an extension.
And you constantly want to go back. It's like... That sounds like an addiction, man. You constantly want to go back and like kind of replicate that. And whenever there's a fresh server coming out, you're like, damn, I want to go back and experience that again. And you will experience that to some degree, but it will never be as insane as the first time. Like, as the first time when you did it and oh my god. But you can get a very, very, very similar experience to it. But damn, that first time playing WoW, I always say, like, I really wish I could go back and then play through it without knowing anything. You know what I mean? Thank you, Breakfast Sandwich, for the gifted sub. And JFresh, thank you for the 10 months as well.
Of who most people that played it were at the time. And no one realized in the moment. But the truest form of nostalgia was being created. As players progressed their characters through the various zones while leveling up, they would have experiences with other players or even NPCs that most of them surprisingly still remember to this day, almost 20 years later. Now, it's hard to comprehend this, but it's remarkable that people had experiences in a fictional world 20 years ago sitting at their computer in the dark that were so interesting or so exhilarating that they left lasting impressions in their psyche. I'm sure many of you watching this right now
it's crazy,
to playing the original vanilla version of World of Warcraft, and remember something hilarious or interesting that happened while you were drinking your Dr. Pepper or cocaine energy drink while either PvP
What? Wait.
or cocaine energy
Is that an actual thing? Cocaine energy drink. Taurine, L-carnitine, ribose. This message is for the people who are too stupid to recognize the obvious. This product does not contain the drug cocaine. Duh. This product is not intended to be an alternative to an elect stretch drug. And anyone who thinks otherwise is an idiot. Okay, let's keep watching the video.
drink while either PvPing or raiding on a Friday night.
Okay.
That leads me into my next segment, raiding. Raiding in Vanilla WoW was truly an amazing concept.
Okay.
You and 39 of your guildmates
That's
would
cool,
hop into
yeah.
voice comms for the night and attempt to clear massive dungeons that were called raids in an
I will say, organizing 40-man raids absolutely suck, but the scope and the epic like things that like, you know, a big raid like that can like attain and acquire is so cool. I remember like old like back in like classic, not in like vanilla, but in classic, we had like massive like raid battles, like heading into Blackrock Mountain and stuff like that. 40-man raids are cool. They're really, really cool.
attempt to defeat all bosses and receive the highest tier loot available for your characters.
Okay.
These weapons and armor and equipment that these bosses dropped became iconic. Because back then,
back
guilds
then.
weren't clearing Molten Core in under 1 hour.
Yeah.
It took hours and hours, and sometimes multiple nights per week for hours on end.
Different world.
So when you saw a warrior running towards you with Bone Reaper's Edge in your Warsong Gulch, you knew he meant business.
Yep.
Or when you saw a rogue standing near the Stormwind Fountain wearing the full Bloodfang set, you immediately wanted to re-roll a
It's
rogue,
just different.
just to be able to look as awesome as they did.
That you can't replicate nowadays because everybody clears Molten Core, everybody does like everything, right? So it's still cool seeing people with like really, really crazy cool gear, but it doesn't have that same insane feel as back then, right?
Aside from raiding, Vanilla World of Warcraft had some of the
Hey,
most
what's up, Pale?
satisfying
Good to see you,
player-versus-player
bro.
combat for its time. Sure, it was unbalanced and janky at
Had
times,
PvP, man.
but class fantasy was truly at a high point in this version of the game.
Yeah.
If you played a rogue in PvP, you actually felt like an assassin.
True.
As you were able to sneak up on cloth-wearing casters and nearly one-shot them with an ambush from the shadows.
You see a mage sitting down having a drink. Oh my god. Yeah, you take that little sip, man, because you won't be sipping for long, dude. Oh my god.
If you played an arms warrior, you'd be wielding massive two-handed weapons, charging into combat and slamming your enemies around like an
Yep.
unstoppable juggernaut.
That's sick.
Or you could choose to play a mage, where you truly felt the power of your elemental magic,
Got that mages,
hurling
man.
massive fireballs and frostbolts at your enemies, all while simultaneously controlling the battlefield with slows, snares, and other crowd control effects.
Class fantasy.
PvP
It's
in
important.
Vanilla World of Warcraft had a certain charm to it, as well as raiding. As time went on, expansions were
Oh,
released
God.
for the game.
There is so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's so many expansions, man. It's insane.
These expansions changed core mechanics and
Oh my
gameplay
God.
for certain classes.
Yeah.
Some of these changes were good, and some were most definitely bad. At the time of writing this video in 2023,
Okay.
World of Warcraft Dragonflight has recently launched. And if you put Vanilla WoW from 2004 and Dragonflight from 2022 side
It is not the same game. Like, at all. It is not even close to being the same game anymore. It is a whole different experience.
by side, they are absolutely completely different games.
Hi, Snaggy.
Which is why a few years ago, back in 2019, we received a re-release of Classic WoW.
Yep.
We got to progress through Vanilla WoW once again, which then progressed into the Burning Crusade expansion and now into Wrath of the Lich King. Which leads me to the point of this entire video.
Okay.
Lately, the Classic Era realms have been revived, solely by players fiending for the Vanilla WoW experience once again.
Yep.
Enough time has passed since the launch of the Burning Crusade Classic. We played through that entire expansion, and now we're about 35% through the Wrath of the Lich King expansion.
Yeah, almost done.
People are starting to miss and long for the vanilla universe already. And the reason for this is because with every expansion that comes out, the game changes more and more until it becomes completely unrecognizable.
Yeah.
Now there's absolutely nothing wrong with Wrath of the Lich King or Dragonflight. Both
I think in general, it's also just people just really, really like vanilla. And whenever there's a new vanilla server out, they get like their fill, they like play the fresh, they do all the dungeons, raids, PvP, whatever. And then they play the game a lot, and then they take a long break from it, right? And then like a year or two later, they're like, oh my god, I could really do a fresh server again. And it's the infinite cycle of like, that's why private servers have always been so popular for vanilla, because, oh, there's a new fresh, Chronos 2 comes out, Chronos 3, Nostarias, whatever the heck they're called nowadays, right? It's just fun. It's just fun playing through the game again where everybody's like doing it. It's really, really just a good time, man. God damn it, I have a problem with this game. The cycle is just level, rate lock, repeat, but it's fun. I don't know, man. Something is wrong with me, but I really like that game, man. I don't know.
Are decent games.
I do.
But remember earlier when we talked about those extremely
I'm not addicted. No, I'm not addicted. I just really like the game, okay? It's just... I love vanilla! Yeah, I know.
Impressions that were left on our psyche.
God.
For most of us, those impressions and our nostalgic love for vanilla WoW will never go away.
True.
Because it's part of who we are as gamers.
Yeah.
Those zones, music, enemies, and gear sets
everything,
bring us
man.
back to a simpler time in life. When we were just kids and had minimal responsibilities
Oh
compared
my
to what
God,
most
here
of
we
us
go.
have today. It allows us to escape and go back in a time machine. Even if it's just for a few hours a week, it feels like home.
Did he say a few hours per week? Mate, I think you severely underestimate classic WoW players, okay? I think he needs to get those numbers a little bit different, okay? They're a little bit off.
It's comforting, relaxing, and just an all-around fun time in general.
It's true.
Most of us can play a classic fresh over and over again, even though it's been just a few years since the last re-release.
Yep.
I truly believe the desire to play a fresh vanilla WoW will never go away for the majority of
I
players.
agree. And there will always be new people whenever maybe Billy gets kids, that he has a wife or whatever, he moves on, then maybe some other people are gonna come and realize vanilla and then like start playing it as well. I think there will always be interest for a fresh. Always. What's up, Ave?
Warcraft has helped many people overcome some serious real-life obstacles and complications.
Okay, that's
This
good.
helped form real and lasting friendships across the globe and was a massive innovative step in online gaming in general.
Truly was.
Hopefully, the rumors are true, and we receive a classic fresh sometime soon.
I mean, they are. We don't know if it's gonna. I don't think it's gonna be a fresh, no changes, but we are getting a fresh. So yeah.
So we can once again adventure through Azeroth all the way to level 60, world PvP the entire way there, and then raid Black
Classic
Moon
Plus,
Lair
yeah, I
with
hope so,
15
man.
Fury Warriors wearing Devil Sword. If you guys enjoyed this video, please hit that like button and share it with your friends.
It's a good video.
Subscribe to the channel and turn on post notifications so you don't miss the next time I post a video.
Very good video.
Thank you all so much for watching and listening in. I'll see you all in the next one.
That was actually a really nice video. When Billy gets a kid, he will introduce that child to vanilla, and bam, Billy got a farmer, and the cycle continues. I know, man. This was a really nice video. This was from a channel I saw called Tavern Talk, guys. Actually, the editing was really, really good. The points he was making was nice. Overall, very, very good video, actually. I really enjoyed this one. This was nice.